Bienvenidos, estoy mi primera vez en el estadio de Houston Dynamo y estoy en un evento del Mundial y bueno, voy a entrar y voy a ver el ambiente ahorita cómo está todo. I can go this way?
Go down here.
Oh, okay.
You can't go up there, but wait,
Okay. Wait, on the top?
I think so. At the top, you gotta pay. At the bottom, it's free. Wait. I don't work anything down here.
Wait. You look at again?
The bottom is free. I don't work anything down there. It's free. The free is right here.
Okay, so I go through.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just pay anywhere the bottom.
Okay, thank you.
Laying it off, still being available in the box, but also in the build-up. Alabama's done a good job of that so far.
That's a lot of all it goes. Richards couldn't get the ball out of the air. Reed and Freeman did well to clean that play up there. Paraguay to get any sort of attacking possession. They know they're taking the ball there as George Lucas is being. Something look like. Didn't show on the screen. It was a little. The lead to the fact that Anthony's nickname is Jai, but it sounded better in my head. It would be impressive here. Here's Pulisic now on Caceres. Hits the cross. And that will be the end of the first quarter of this game, such as it is. This hydration
El ambiente
rate
se
is
siente, hay bastante gente aquí.
through the first half with the
Es mi primera vez en un Mundial.
courtesy of the own goal, 7 minutes in here in Los Angeles.
What makes soccer the most searched?
Se siente el ambiente, mi gente. Acá hay gente que hace tiempo ni me miraba, que yo no miraba. Únanse todos para ver este en vivo, este partido emocionante. Se siente la emoción del fútbol en el estadio Houston Dynamo.
Car crashes injure over 1 million of us every year. Because we're human. For over a decade, humans been building a driver that's safer. Statistics
Hey, what's
have 10 times
excuse
safer
me, sir.
since we
What's
started.
that sport?
Now, because humans have to
Who do you think is winning? Who do you think is going to win the World Cup?
Oh, I don't even know. You know, I would like the United States to win, but it may be like Argentina, you know,
Like you're supporting 100% USA.
I'm 40 years back.
And Brazil, there's Brazil, Argentina. I support Brazil.
But really? Yeah, I've been playing soccer since I'm 5 years old.
You play for high school.
I played, yeah, high school, 14, and then college, and then also I had a tryout for the Houston. So yes.
El partido va 1-0. Hay muchas personas que le encanta el fútbol y vienen al estadio de Houston Dynamo aquí. Y pues sigan viendo, denle like, comenten.
Coaches have an opportunity to attack to this. And you've seen some of the coaches use it, change formations, change personnel, elevate their players. I think the challenge for the U.S. is this is something Terry and I are talking about in the agreement behind these games is that sometimes when the team is on top, this hydration break gives them the other team just a chance to come back on. So now the U.S. their challenge is first tackle to get right back into this game, pick up from where they were, and reinstate dominance in the game.
Bill Gates, I'm going to look to you brother.
2 for 2.
Interestingly, co-founder of Microsoft and Paul Allen was the reason why that stadium exists in Seattle, where the U.S. will play. Thankfully, we like to call it the game. So here's the other part of it, though. We saw the U.S. in both of the warm-up games kind of strongly lost their edge coming out of the hydration break. How do they keep that from happening? As McKinney, well, first of all, he's going to find Melissa Sarah. Melissa coming in now. In for Tyler Adams, great first touch. Still Adams.
Oh, no goal. No fue hoy, no fue hoy. Partido Uruguay contra Estados Unidos. Estados Unidos va 1-0. Yo sé que va a ganar Estados Unidos. Y vamos a ver si echan el gol. Aquí están los aficionados. Aquí los aficionados están locos, mi gente. $2-0. ganando Estados Unidos. Para mí, en mi opinión, Estados Unidos va a llegar a los cuartos de final. Siendo mi primera vez en el estadio, un estadio muy bonito, se siente el ambiente, varias gente de diferentes países están viniendo a ver el Mundial, un partido asombroso.
It's early days, but this is what this fan base would have wanted to see. A team that's attacking, that's dynamic, that's scoring goals. This World Cup.
It's on YouTube.
Huh?
On YouTube.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Look it
No,
up.
look it up.
On the left this time. Gomez able to hook it away. Let's able to escape the pressure.
Who scored the first goal? Scored the first goal.
As I said, the game was about Paraguay taking away the middle. It's very compact. The U.S. has done is very smart. They've overloaded it with Melissa coming inside, with Kenny playing with freedoms.
Estados Unidos traten un buen equipo. Para mí, de primer tiempo ha hecho un buen partido ahorita.
In New Jersey tomorrow. Brazil take on Morocco. Two teams who, in the case of Brazil, their history, in the case of Morocco, the recent in the last couple of years. McKay on the deck.
That brings his defender Alonso with him. Kenny sees the space. He runs beyond the back line, and now, again, just head out first time ball in the box, looking for some shot. The U.S. quarterback. it short. They went for the top of the box where Anthony Robinson scored that wonder goal against Germany. But set pieces are clearly an area the U.S. feel they can try to find an advantage. Stacking at the back post right now.
I think someone was shaking up a couple minutes ago, just before the hydration. It's a corner. Richard!
So this time everybody's on the back post. He tries to but Richards just beats his man right around the penalty spot. I think that ball was intended for Green overrated right out of just past the post of field. Chris Richards attacks the ball so
Estuvo muy cerca al gol. Wow.
Richards not letting it sit off. From the fans here saw that. Didn't want the referee well. Contest. Of everything we were hoping for years. That's the reason Tino talked to us about. We went down training camp. There's pressure that comes with it. You don't want to let the country down. You don't want to let your family down. You don't want to mess up the community. So hard the coaching staff to remind these people to remember who you were as a kid when you fell in love with the sport. Go and do that Friday night.
On the left-hand side is to kind of just tip it to the back post. But it's a nice position to be in this game. Having to make a lot of succeed games, and you can just feel the way, especially making his World Cup debut.
Team pullback for foul. Fumble alley down in the game.
Aquí está toda la gente. Comenten en el chat si apoyan a Paraguay o a Team USA. ¿A quién apoya? Ya se va. Ah, ok.
Just the main thing.
Fernando Estados Unidos. Fernando Estados Unidos. Casi gol, casi. tiempo ya va a terminar. Ha sido para Estados Unidos ahorita y vamos a ver cómo le va al segundo tiempo. Estamos en el en vivo de nuevo, se había desconectado por la señal y pues sigo en el estadio. Hoy en el estadio de nuevo.
Tonight he has two of the United States' 3 goals in that first half. This has been the performance so far that this country has been waiting for. It's US 3, Paraguay 0. The players looking it out on the field. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Thierry Henry, Alexis Lalas. Zlatan, what impressed you so much that first half?
I mean, they played with a lot of confidence. Every player did a top performance, and that's why it's 3-0. We're looking now into the second half, like it will be 0-0. And very confident, keep the rhythm, keep the intensity, and then just score goals.
So reset, Thierry. Reset to Zlatan.
Yeah, you have to up that, isn't it? You have to carry on trying.
El segundo tiempo, vamos a ver si Paraguay puede lograr por lo menos hacer un gol o remontarle y ganar.
Don't relax too much. Yes. 5 minutes to go.
Alexis, final word.
Doesn't look like there's any changes out there, so Argentina's going to continue to do what Alexis did the first time for the players. But, you know, at some point you also have depth, so you want to be smart.
To be fair, Alexis said this is all about fun, so it has been very fun. Yes, there are some changes from Paraguay. We'll take you back to our commentary team. Stu Holden, alongside John Strong. Chaps.
All right, Rebecca, it's interesting. So Christian Pulisic is going to be withdrawn at the half here. Sebastian Berhalter will make his World Cup debut and become the second son of a former U.S. player to take the field of the World Cup. His dad, Greg, not just a former coach, but a former player at 2 World Cups. That's interesting. Substitution from Paraguay as well. Diablo Dia is off. Mauricio.
Hola, hola a todos. Estamos en el segundo tiempo ya. Recuerden comentar en el chat a ver quién gana, si gana el país, bueno, si gana Estados Unidos o Paraguay. Comenten en el chat y suscríbanse.
They're using the studio act like it's 0-0. What that means on the field is compete, get stuck in one. Drop your intensity, go for another goal. Just don't relax and let off, because that performance we saw was because of the pressure that the U.S. were putting on all the way off the ball. But because they were being brave. That bravery was rewarded. Now the other part which we'll get to is we go along. I'm not going to speculate on Christian Pulisic until we get more information, but you don't get withdrawn at halftime after playing a half like that if there isn't something going on. That's not a tactical sub. You make it 3-0 your star player who's just starting in the World Cup with this team, so we'll see.
Jenna Taffy, who's been speaking with the U.S. coaching staff, what can you tell us?
Well, Jesus Perez, John, very happy with that first half performance. I asked him right away, is that the best half you've ever had under you and Mauricio Pochettino? He said, I'm not going to go there yet. We're very pleased with the way we're performing. He answered, finding space in between the
how this team manages this second half.
Let's see something they have been kidding.
Physically, mentally, don't get drawn into a game in the Paraguayan spot. But they're going to give it a go.
On the road directing traffic, Consters has it now. Consters crossing in.
Goal.
He didn't get there. Adams did not.
Goal.
Robinson trying to pull in the space. Back out of that traffic over Tampa. But Ronaldo's got to be careful in spot because the entire Paraguayan bench hopping up right now, saying that junior foul against Ronaldo against the goes against Gustavo Gomez.
You can see very clearly that should not have been against the reaction after which you have to be careful of because they will try to incite that type of reaction from you, knowing that look, if they can get you to make a silly decision, you get a red card, and it flips the momentum back in their favor. So listen,
They're trying to foul.
Vamos a estar el jugador de Paraguay. Vamos a ver.
they're making a careless pass across the field. Ronaldo tries to make the foul, doesn't get enough of Gomez, and he goes wide. Reed does a good job of forcing him on and getting enough of a contact on this ball. You see that little challenge is the underside of his right foot, skips out for a corner.
First of the game for Paraguay, Julio Enciso, who was stretched off a week ago for their warm-up game, is only back in practice yesterday. He is taking this corner.
Hola, hola a todos.
Rolls it short.
Seguimos viendo. Recuerden suscribirse, comentar en el chat. Ahorita Paraguay está obteniendo posición del balón y eso es muy importante.
A little late to close down the shot at the top of the box, a lot of space.
They're on Tim Rain. Rain get anything on that one decision on the field. It's going to be a free kick from Paraguay.
Rain's going to bring the yellow card here. I wasn't sure because I felt like the reaction from Oliver was a little bit late as he went down. He beats Tim Green, gets him drawn out of the middle, takes him on, gets him in the line. A little bit of a pull there, and then does Green get his leg. If he did, it was tiny. A little bit. I don't think there was too much in that, if I'm honest.
So that would
Yes. Yeah.
And some of this is to be expected. Do Jamal in the audience here. Some of this is to be expected. Paraguay will come out with a victory to begin the second half.
Uno de los mejores partidos que he visto desde que comenzó el Mundial ha sido el partido de México contra Sudáfrica. México ganó 2-0 con gol de Quiñones. Entonces vamos a ver que si México por lo menos ya a la semifinal, porque México tiene un buen equipo, tiene buenos jugadores, así como Estados Unidos y todos juegan en Europa. Así que eso es muy bueno para ellos.
Entering the book as the home player. And the referee stopping the play as it went to the neutral area.
I wonder if this could be a conversation along the road with Tim Green.
Gran partido. Acá hay gente de Argentina, gente de Japón, todo el mundo apoyando a Estados Unidos en estos momentos. Así que vamos a ver.
He might come over and be looking to see if this was indeed a dive.
Mark Plattner, former World Cup and Premier League referee, is with us once again. Mark, Danny Monk, leave the screen. Give us what you're getting here.
This is one of the new things that FIFA were looking at in IFAB before this tournament. Did this player, Amaron, dive and simulate to get to the coach? I don't believe there's any contact.
Una pregunta. Una pregunta, ¿a quién apoya? ¿A quién estás apoyando? ¿De dónde soy?
I gotta say, I love this.
¿De dónde eres? Oh, ok.
So that's what he's doing right now.
No es 100% USA. Y Brasil, Argentina, no lo
Previous editions,
aquí ya hay un fan de Team USA, 100% USA gana este partido y vamos a la siguiente fase.
we're not just saying this because of the U.S. I think you and I both love that. That is exactly, if we cannot replay that critical look and see that was a missed call, it was a dive, there was no contact, why not change it? Because why punish Team Green for something that...
And that was the point, it's back to me. You might think, oh, it's one moment in a game, but if Team Green was not on the other corner, picks up a second yellow in the second or third games, and he's suspended for a game. So that's consequential to essentially cheat.
That means the U.S. is not defending a dangerous set-piece situation. Does that maybe cause the momentum a little more than Paraguay came out with to begin the second half? This was on the ball, the other Paraguayan player sitting on a yellow card. Stepping in by Alex Freeman to come forward with that header.
Somos 2,000 suscriptores ya, vamos por los 3,000. Sigan apoyando, suscríbanse y comenten en el chat. Un momento de gol.
Reception by Alvarez, but the ball was underpinned until after a mistake from Paraguay. So now the U.S. in the attacking ball field for the first time in this half.
Freeman, again, a wrestling match there with Alvarez. They'll do it again. And really, this is exactly what you want from a U.S. perspective. Confirmation of halftime subs. Off of that yellow card VAR change. And the ball's on the field. You're slowing the momentum. Tillman. Tackle by Tillman. On-field decision is no penalty. As the puck goes down. Almost a single brought down Spain. The video assistant referee. He's the one who just spotted that yellow card change. He's going to have to do his own gal's wheel.
No penalty.
Why not?
Because he's just going around him. Balgan's actually trying to drag his left leg a little bit for the
Para mí esa jugada es penal. Esa es penal para USA.
Again, instant decision. He wasn't even hesitating at all.
Just trying to get away from Enciso. It's another U.S. throw. Sent that one in. Was deal for Dest as he was... There's one napping there. We're all trying to bounce off them. They're trying to fight to win it back. It's going to fall for Serginho Dest. Opens the one for McKinney. Who lost the defender. Does well not let McKinney by. Dest switched to McKinney. McKinney trying to flip that forward for Tillman. Gomez coming out of it. They're pressing there. Back cheating to come win that ball.
And that's the togetherness. There's a challenge on the back of McKinney.
Andres Kubasa.
El partido se está poniendo tenso. Weston McKennie está haciendo buenas jugadas, así como Pulisic. Es un jugador número 1 para la selección de Estados Unidos. Este es un partido muy importante para ambos equipos porque tienen que clasificar para poder llegar a los octavos de finales.
Off his foot, he was in great position to intercept and he slips. Information again of the halftime sub for Christian Pulisic. Tillman, Anthony Robinson.
Una jugada cerca del gol.
Attempt to keep that ball in play. There's a confidence with which the U.S. has played this whole game as Chris Richards on the field out of your picture. Makes a foul and a little bit of laughter there. Here once he's so try to bait Richards in. Chris Richards just jogs away.
And so the formation tweak with Wilson coming out is you've lost on this left side player who's going to keep the width, take guys on, running behind. Tillman is now outside of the middle. Run in there. So
ahora solo le queda defender a Paraguay y tratar de atacar porque van perdiendo 3-0. Vamos a ver.
Dest. Get around the corner, poked away. Let's go.
It's making life difficult for you Alonso. 1v1 constantly, similarly to who was it on the other side. When you take that first touch forward, you got a little trick loose, sit back over him. You just let Robinson defender, make him uncomfortable. Dest has been doing that all game long. Anthony Robinson across the far side to take it.
For the U.S. Richards. This one is whipped in. Ream was in the area. And Ciso just kind of lobs it forward. Freeman trying to hold it in. Adams will just force Mauricio back. And then Mauricio goes to ground. Gets a yellow card. It's a yellow player. You really want to be happy to have on a yellow. Officer, everything he has to do.
Just overly aggressive in this tackle and his pursuit. Trying to win the ball back from Mauricio. He had it going the other way. It leads him. And that will be a consideration. Even though you're a great player like Tyler Adams in this second half for Mauricio Pochettino without any if you feel the game's under control, I think that's what you're going to start seeing as this game starts to tick in about 65th, 70th minute. Where Pochettino using more of his bench.
A reminder for everyone out there, you can scan the QR screen to vote for the Nickelodeon Superior of the Match. 30 minutes remaining here in Los Angeles. Reno for the United States. Valley gets 2 goals. First man scored multiple. 9:30. West of 8. Hooks in. It's too far for him. So he falls up. He's got Robinson on the overlap. Makes the pass, Paladin to the back.
Wow.
The field is a goal kick to this bench. Half-heartedly wonder if maybe something.
Aquí tengo una buena stand para ver la pantalla y el partido. Yo me iba a decidir sentarme allá. Mejor la pizarra, siéntate aquí porque aquí donde vas a mirar mejor.
They do. Check is complete. The last time the U.S. had a player score multiple goals in a World Cup game in 1930, it was against Paraguay. Pato, from Fall River, Massachusetts, scored all 3 goals in a 3-0 win for the U.S. at the first ever World Cup. America was the first man to score a World Cup hat-trick. Scored by Ream and then Robinson, and now Adams, and now McKinnon. Dest has it. Lonzo defending. Dest too far. So space. And then the underhit pass. Freeman cleans it up for Berhalter. Tillett off the chest. And cleared away there from being caught over by Costas. Puts it out for a throw. The center forward from Paraguay will be replaced here. The man who scored against the U.S. in November. Alex Arce. And down for the U.S. off the ball right now was Malik Tillman. He took a bit of a knock in the first half as well. Some of the game for Paraguay, as you can see on the screen, they've got 3 remaining substitutions that they can use of the 5 that you now get these days in World Cup games. And that's the other part of the consideration for the yellow card for Tyler Adams, not just today, but if he were shown a yellow card next Friday against Australia, he's now suspended for the group stage finale against Turkey. That's a late one there that Valiant takes, and Denny Motley tells him to get back up. It's going to be clipped back in. Dest brings it down. Dest will cut back in. Couldn't take it cleanly on the other side. And Reed body of the Arce there. Forced to win the ball back.
Dest doesn't have a goal or assist, but he's been arguably the best player on the team outside of Phil Balogun in his finishing. It's one of the things
Este es un partido muy tenso. Estamos por los minutos 62. Aquí los fans aquí de todos los países, gente de Alemania, Uruguay, Panamá, Cuba. Buen partido, creo que va a haber un gol.
We see the replay of that because he got in front of his defender right on the 6-yard box, just begging for that ball to play it across. And instead he tries to cut it back to pick out the run from Burrows.
La verdad que esto es lo más cerca que ha estado Paraguay ahorita en crear un gol. Fue un tiro potente donde pudo haber gol, pero tienen que seguir intentando. Good team defending and a good role, especially as you mentioned. Tyrone was on the yellow there to want to make any type of consequential foul. ¿Quién gana el Mundial? ¿Quién gana? Mucha gente apoyaba. Están los fanáticos, aquí hay imagen. Buen partido ahorita. Está en
The FIFA World Cup is back.
medio tiempo.
And you know who always wins? Bandwagon fans, that's who. Howdy, partners. The FIFA World Cup is here, Joel, and soccer ain't really our thing. I got barbecue, eh? Hey, Marshawn, hop on, buddy. I'm on more for dude. Cool down there? We haven't made you this.
Estados Unidos ha tenido un buen partido hasta este momento y va a hacer cambios, va a entrar un poco activo que va a echar otro gol.
Opening night for us. We're going to go away in the tournament. All right, so here come the changes. It's going to be Sergio Dest. For years for this U.S. team, scored the opening goal of last World Cup. And later replacing Dest, the man who was the last cuts from the last World Cup team. Carter Kennedy was on. Playing full well again. Your thoughts first of all, terrific.
I was saying after the Mexico game, his first World Cup goal for a while he never there was so much hype when he tried to play for the United States. To start the tournament the way he did, Sergio Dest did, really great sign. So those two coming off, and now it's part of that mystery because I think for the U.S. to make a deep run in this tournament, it's going to be about your bench and your do they have ability?
Gol de Paraguay, va 3-1. Gol de Paraguay, va 3-1. Qué buen partido. El jugador de Paraguay aprovechó el momento y pues pudo realizar el gol.
After 4 points, fairly easy finish for him. Nothing France could have done, but just a goal out of really nothing for the U.S. For Paraguay scored off that long, wonderful ball.
And now Paraguay fully in the field. So the U.S. has to up their intensity because it got kind of comfortable there for a while. It was kind of quiet there for a while. That's something that Mauricio Pochettino talks about so much is that this sport is so much about the mentality. It's so much about emotions.
Gol. Casi gol. Estuvieron cerca y este iba a ser el cuarto gol ya de Estados Unidos.
I think if he just takes that first touch forward, he's got a good look at goal. Great opportunity for the U.S.
Un gol más y el partido se termina. Ya Estados Unidos ganó.
Tillman's another player that's been terrific. And he got banged up in the first half. And yeah, he's definitely going to be feeling it.
He's also another player, John, that can be a little bit of shaky.
Comenten en el chat quién ha sido el mejor jugador de este partido.
Free, confident, unbalancing this Paraguay team. He looks really to be suited to this role that Pochettino has.
McKinney, here's Tillman again. German born, and then serviceman and chose to play for the United States because he could have kept playing for Germany. Great addition he's been over the last couple of years.
Está teniendo buenos pases, está haciendo el pick y taca, buen partido.
He's been cheating quite a bit, trying to stop some of these crosses, and so right in the face of camera.
That's a corner's policy all day now.
That's what we said, they can take corners away with VAR, they can't give corners that aren't given on the field. Unfortunate there.
Estados Unidos tiene una buena jugada ahorita. Ellos están sabiendo cómo aprovechar los momentos para poderle ganar a Paraguay y lo están haciendo. Han tenido un buen partido.
Well, John, the official word from U.S. Soccer, Mauricio Pochettino, will address the Christian Pulisic situation following the match. That is what they told me. But I want to remind you, John, that I did see Christian Pulisic look up to someone from the friends and family section when he walked back on the pitch for the second half. I'm watching on the bench right now. He's up and down on his feet. No signs of discomfort, in my opinion, for Christian Pulisic right now.
And a pair of changes, Gustavo Velasquez will replace Incius at right back. He will play on yellow. And a yellow on Roman. He's withdrawn as well. Sosa replaces him.
So these are the last free kick. Good job by Millington once again. This just zigzag running, but the difference in some of the set pieces, you've got a very specialist on the field now, Sebastian Walter. He was killed of the set pieces in the World Cup last year. Seen with Vancouver Whitecaps in MLS, and he connects really well with Chris Richards. So I would imagine this is going to be Walter bending and trying to drop this ball right around the penalty spot. As Paraguay still trying to figure out their subs and who's coming off and who's going right.
Just empty the bench. They're going to be their third substitution. The question is, will they get that piece of paper in time or not? But they will. Alejandro Romero Gamar, better known as Kaku, former New York Red Bulls player. And he will replace the former Inter Miami player, Diego Gomez, who was just shown yellow. So Sebastian Berhalter, it's a big part of what he's been doing on this team, is simply service. He and Anthony Robinson stand over the ball.
Va a haber un tiro libre y vamos a ver si Estados Unidos echa un gol más para obtener el 4-1.
It's Cecil, nutmeg Anthony Robinson, that's cleaned up by Walter. Tillman doesn't have great options, and that's the best one. Get it to the corner, and he couldn't throw out of it, however.
Paraguay no se está dejando ahorita ya, está defendiendo más, está poniendo presión mientras Estados Unidos sigue atacando y aprovechando la jugada.
The center that has to be reminded of Leonardo. Yes, indeed, it is the center of the biggest scales we've ever seen in terms of after so what an opportunity for him, older, more mature, married now, to change the first thing that a lot of us think about. When we see Gio Reyna, when we hear that name, that's his opportunity now, and that's 10 minutes plus, and he will replace just not a great performance in a late time.
Recognition, just an all-around performance, and I'm not just talking about on the ball, off the ball too. He was really dialed in with his pressure, anticipation, and work rate.
Awesome from D-Bad, that's away again. The U.S. has to stay dialed in. They have to keep that emotional intensity here. Reyna scored a goal left to Bellingham, 2-1 win over Paraguay in November. And that went right down to the very end. Again, it got physical, it got emotional right at the very end. And Cecil got a hit in the face as the referee. And Cecil goes it on 10 from 2 away. Here comes the set piece chance for Paraguay. A minute's no stoppage time left to go.
The first one foul to land there. And Cecil's going away from the middle of the field, away from the danger. And he's just overly aggressive. His back is going to go down every time.
Paraguay tiene que echar por lo menos un gol antes que termine el partido. La ha hecho muy bien también en el segundo tiempo.
Rizzo runs past it. And Cecil hooks it in. Richards got a piece of it, popped in the air. Adams wins the crucial second down. Flag comes up. It was offside. The initial ball in.
He was the furthest outside.
You'd love to see Ben Freeze make a save tonight. He's had a couple good takes, but I'm sure he would appreciate to get a save in and just continue to build his confidence. And it's a brand new moment for him. Almost fell for Bemby there. And Cecil Richards got to get there and do it. And he cut off and Cecil Hayes. That's when the U.S. is over going to very wide throw. They're James Cole in the after hours crew on Fox tonight. On how they wrap up the World Cup action. Kylian Mbappe, the World Cup winner, among the special guests. That's tonight on Fox. Midnight local time, wherever you are in the U.S. What a fun edition of our team to have James Cole in the building and the ball power there every night during this World Cup. Robinson, that ball still in play. Everyone stop playing. We're still in play. Gio Reyna now on the ball for the first time. And he saved it a second time, and then it breaks down.
6 minutos más y el partido se define quién es el ganador. Comenten en el chat cuál ha sido su mejor equipo, su mejor selección.
Broke down just when U.S. players got a judge way. It's still between the center backs, and I'm simply the firing for the news crowds to win. Freeze gets rid of it. Reyna couldn't turn to the space there. U.S. was cycling around. 5 minutes to go. One stoppage time. It's really a 3-0 halftime lead. One goal created by Pulisic. Pulisic then insisted in the second goal.
Denle like, comenten en el chat y suscríbanse. muchas faltas en el partido. Yo creo que el árbitro ya va a comenzar a sacar tarjetas rojas, tarjeta amarilla.
Really smart play there from trying to say it's a veteran at this point. Tyler Adams is one of the veterans of this team.
He is. He's 27.
Yep.
He, like Weston McKinney and like Christian Pulisic, were fast tracks. Pulisic even more so. As teenagers into this team. Alex was the captain of the last World Cup. That was a part of what we talked about with him on Tuesday. This is a grown-up team. They were kids in Qatar. They're adults now. And that experience, as he said, not making the same mistakes twice. Like you talked about understanding how important it is to win your first game so you're not chasing the rest of the group stage. The U.S. is a matter of doing just that.
Son muy buenos los pases.
They play the game smartly and see this out. Freeman back in the middle of the field. That's not a foul. It's a cleanly one tackle. And it's Sebastian Berhalter there. Able to clean it up, and then Red is fouled. And then it's kicked away. And a yellow card will confirm for Boone.
You're right. That was a potentially concerning moment where Alex Freeman steps out of the back, made a great play to swing by a couple of defenders, but then the ball turns over. It was actually Tyler Adams who was closest. He pulled back, recognizing the gap, and then by foul here. That's a clear foul on the fourth. Gio Random mistakes exposed. And then Sebastian Berhalter made a 10-yard sprint back to slide in and hook that ball away.
And McKinney, great ball for Tim Ray. Weston McKinney into the middle.
Que cerca todo el gol, muy cerca.
Over the top from Tim Reed, finding Weston McKinney. We haven't seen as much of him running beyond the back line. Just took a touch off of. I think Kubas might have just put his foot in front of Pepe to throw off that stretch. So it wasn't like he just put it directly over himself.
Ya me voy del estadio. El partido estuvo muy bien. Un estadio muy bonito. Pueda que regrese otro día. Recuerden darle like, suscribirse, comentar en el chat cuál fue su jugador favorito, su selección favorita, Paraguay, Estados Unidos. Hasta la próxima, nos vemos, chao.